The 9 universal levels on the entrepreneur's journey and the exact step-by-step recipes that you need to move up each level without having to struggle with confusion and limitations.
Level 1. The Bloody Victim.
Until we master our personal financial flow and get off the madness of spending more than we earn, we cannot leave this level. And until we have found our niche and defined our perfect customer avatar to know exactly who we are serving and how best to serve them, it is difficult to leave this level. Walt Disney, Henry Ford, Milton Hershey, of Hershey's chocolate, they all declared bankruptcy twice each before finally getting their shit together and making it big. Even Abraham Lincoln went bankrupt once in his first business venture. And that's not all. J.K. Rowling was as poor as a church mouse while she struggled with the beginnings of Harry Potter. As for discovering our niche and perfect customer, some people find that early on, as Sarah Blakely and Zhu Qingfei did. And some take a while. John Pemberton invented Coca-Cola when he was 55 years old. Ray Kroc bought McDonald's when he was 59 years old. Colonel Sanders did KFC at 62 years of age. Henry Ford was 45 when he created the Model T car after his first 2 bankruptcies. Samuel L. Jackson was 43 years old before he found his groove and had his first hit film. Charles Darwin was 50 when he wrote On the Origin of Species. And George Lucas found his Star Wars niche after messing around with a few other things. So it's normal to start here or fall back here sometimes. An entrepreneur at this level feels like a victim. Out of control, struggle, denial, anxiety, stress, panic, uncertainty, exhaustion, a lot of complaining, judging, blaming, fearful. They are also likely to be workaholic. Low self-esteem and plenty of procrastination, which comes from not knowing what to do and being fearful, are also a common feature. The challenges include internal noise, confusion, dabbling, chasing shiny objects, trying to do everything all at once, single-handedly. They are leaking time, money, attention, and energy. If you are at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. 1. Learn how to know thyself. Know your ikigai. Know your niche. Know your perfect customer profile. Know your tribe. And then serve only them and nothing or no one else. 2. Learn how to measure and control the flow of your time, money, attention, and energy so that you stop leaking. 3. Learn how to go positive-minded by any means necessary. 4. Learn how to start giving. Giving helps you feel better about yourself and it helps you realize how abundant you really are. 5. And this is very important, create and follow a sound, compelling future vision that literally pulls you forward. Now, at each level, things might feel difficult. So, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes to go from ordinary to extraordinary and break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 2. The Barely Made It Survivor.
At level 2, entrepreneurs often literally feel like a battle survivor, which is a level up above feeling like a battle victim, right? They have some relief, some more self-worth and joy than they did as a victim, but they still hold some level of anxiety, stress, and exhaustion. And the procrastination is still there. They feel stuck, like no matter what they try, they can't scale and grow. And boy, do they try. They really do try. A for effort. Now, their limiting beliefs or favorite excuses at this level are, they believe that the harder they work, the more they will get ahead. And so they believe that they just have to keep pushing harder. Unfortunately, working harder won't solve the problem. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. 1. Learn how to become a true marketing master and not just a random advertiser. A true master of marketing is someone who deeply understands things such as hooks, stories, offers, tax, sales, closing, promotions, and so on. Either learn that or partner with someone suitable who does. 2. Learn how to define your brand, simplify your product and service offering so that your ideal customer better understands the value that you provide, and so on. 3. Learn how to treat yourself. Treat yourself. Pay yourself first, reduce self-denial, increase self-worth, and self-care. 4. Learn how to raise all your standards in thoughts, actions, and where and with who you spend your time with, on what you put your attention on, and what you will settle for, and what you will no longer tolerate, and how you will treat yourself and how you will treat others, and so on. Number 5, learn how to find existing flows of abundance and join them. Instead of digging a well in a desert and hoping to find water, find huge rivers of abundance that are already flowing and tap into them through partnerships, through partnering and contribution. As always, at each level, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 3, the frantic hustler.
At level 3, entrepreneurs feel financially okay but stuck because no amount of extra hard work will get them to the next level. Anonymity, fear, frustration, dependence, and procrastination are common at this level. If they hadn't realized it before, this is when it starts to become crystal clear to them that more hard work isn't going to get them further. They hustle harder, but nothing changes significantly. If you're at this level, you usually do all the sales and delivery yourself, manually, laboriously. Automation is almost non-existent, and that starts to become a problem as you become more and more overwhelmed by your growing success. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Number 1, learn how to automate your promotions. Attract and convert new members of your tribe automatically, consistently, and constantly using automation of promotions so that it scales and grows without needing your personal time and presence. Number 2, learn how to increase flow by treating everything as a distinct project or a distinct process. Projects are things that add flow. Processes are things that maintain flow. Number 3, learn how to sharpen your brand even further. Become more of a specialist and less of a generalist. And as always, at every level, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 4, the burnt out worker.
And now we move from mastering personal flow to mastering market flow. An estimated 42 million entrepreneurs are at this level globally. Financially, we start to see some single-digit millionaires appear here, but most are still 6-figure earners. The team size, however, hasn't changed from the previous level, and people at this level are still sole entrepreneurs, perhaps with an assistant and some contractors or outsourced help. They are still self-employed and they are not yet true business owners. If you're at this level, you find that you love what you do and money and opportunities are flowing to you nicely in a refreshing way like nothing you have experienced before. Happy days! You are now securely self-reliant and very cash flow positive. But here's the problem. You are working overtime. Financially doing well but stressed to the max. Burnout. Everything relies on your one brain for decisions and ideas and everything else. And suddenly you become your business's weakest link, the bottleneck, the greatest limiting factor. And because of that, procrastination still remains common at this level. You are now definitely better at what you do. However, you now get stuck because you have maxed out your resources and your calendar. There's no slack left. You are running at full speed and you cannot add any more. You have too many clients and too little time and too little resources to serve them. All this limits your growth and your impact, achieving only a fraction of your potential, and you may now start to feel some isolation. The excuses we hear at this level include, I have to do this myself. No one else can do what I do as well as I do it. And besides, I don't have the money to pay for a team. I'm too busy anyways to find and train the right people. Now, hang on to your seats because at this stage of the game, just like at every stage of the game, you often have to let go of the very thing that made you successful before. Because at every new level, the old successful habits can become your new harmful habits. You have to let go of the things that gave you a sense of identity and self-esteem, of progress and so on, and adopt seemingly strange new beliefs that may not make sense when you compare them with your old conditioning. And that can be scary or cause resistance, correct? At every single level, you'll notice this is the case. And in this way, because of this, the entrepreneurial journey really is a spiritual journey as well as an incubator for soul growth, an arena for self-mastery and transformation. So embrace the realization that the identity and rhythm of your business must now become more important than your own personal identity and rhythm. And you need to therefore learn how to assemble and lead a team made of the right people who fit your business's values and culture and are A players, and have that team work on your projects, processes, and promotions in a systemized way. And you need to be cared for. The aim now is to create a business that can work without you and has a model that can afford to pay for a strong team, whereby organizationally the year is scheduled ahead of time for projects and promotions. The processes are documented, milestones and measures are scheduled for regular review and renewal. And there's an organizational rhythm implemented so that the whole team can work together well with good communication and with adequate autonomy, simply following the common strategic plan. It can be daunting to start thinking of things in these terms, but once you get over that hump, heck, you will love it. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Number 1, learn how to switch from independence to interdependence. Trash the belief that only you can think or do things and decide to delegate and let go. And I'm talking about delegating outcomes, not delegating tasks. Now, learn to handle your fear of loss of control and learn how to build a team. Number 2, learn how to dramatically improve your self-care. Trash the belief that working harder is a solution because it really isn't. What you need is less hard work and much more self-care. As always, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 5, the team leader.
An estimated 15 million entrepreneurs are at this level globally. We start to see many single-digit millionaires earning up to about $3 million. This is the first level where we see true businesses. A true business owner is someone who has a business that can run without them because the team can take over. If you're at this level, your team size will likely be a single team that is dependent on you both as a team player and as the team's leader. This means that you sometimes still work inside your business as part of the team, even as you lead your team. You can get away for a while and leave your business still running, but you cannot get away for far too long. Maybe a few weeks at most at a time, and then you must come back and join the workforce. You can get away many times a year, but you still have to come back. And that's not a bad thing, that's okay. We are simply pointing out the features of each level. Here, your business goals and outcomes are delegated and you feel free, powerful, and capable. The difference with the previous levels is that the focus is not on you anymore. It is on your team. It's not about how you personally create value, make money, and become better. It is about how your team members get better, create value, and make more money for the whole organization. It's about building the culture of the team as a whole, and it's about measuring everything and having systems in place. Here, higher level opportunities come to you now more than they ever did before, and you can handle them with the help of your team. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Number 1, ensuring that your business generates substantial cash within a trusted structure of systems and processes so that you can attract the confidence and loyalty of high-level leaders to work with you and to manage your team for you, your assets and your businesses for you. Number 2, have a system and assistance in place to help you keep your balance and to stay well-informed, flexible, and well taken care of. Number 3, invest in learning how to lead leaders. And as always, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 6, the leadership recruiter.
The numbers fall significantly and only an estimated 6 million entrepreneurs are at this level. Here, we find single-digit to double-digit millionaires with revenues of about $10 million. Here, finally, the entrepreneur has a trusted and capable leader or leadership team to run their team for them. A whole new level of financial and time freedom is achieved by this entrepreneur. As Richard Branson says, hire great talent, give them the tools to succeed, treat them well, and get out of the way. And he should know because today, Richard Branson's Virgin Group controls over 400 companies worldwide. Branson is a level 9, by the way. If this is your level, you now begin to have a business that can truly work without you having to be physically present. You now know how to recruit and cultivate true leadership, and you have an independent team that has its own leadership. You are no longer involved in the day-to-day details of the business. Instead, you focus on working with the leadership team on the big picture, and they work with the rest of the team for you on the day-to-day operations. The challenge here is that you begin to have even more and more people working for you, and that number is growing, and you begin to not even know most of them. Hundreds of daily decisions are being made for you by people you don't even know, who all work for you. Things can get chaotic if you let go without adequate checks and balances, without good systems, or if you fall back to fear and micromanagement. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Number 1, invest massively in communication systems and in leadership development programs to keep your organization running smoothly. Number 2, invest in systems that scale your movement and your tribe so that your suppliers and customers scale with you, because at some point you will become a lot bigger and a lot more sophisticated than they are. And as always, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 7. The Transformational Leader.
At last, at this level, the entrepreneur begins learning to master global flow. An estimated 2 million entrepreneurs worldwide are at this level, and their revenues may be somewhere around $10 million to $30 million. And because they have mastered the art of building teams and cultivating or recruiting leadership teams to run those teams, they now have multiple teams that run independent of them. They can now safely and successfully run multiple businesses without going crazy. As we saw earlier, Richard Branson, a level 9 entrepreneur, is a good example of this. The guy has about 400 companies, yet he's always out and about having fun. Whereas you and I would implode and have a serious nervous breakdown if we suddenly woke up to find ourselves responsible for 400 companies and thousands of employees. At this level, the entrepreneur has therefore also earned the title of a true investor. A person who owns many truly independent businesses is a true investor. Sure, anyone can invest a few $100s in Facebook shares on the stock market or get a mortgage and buy, a house, but a true world-class investor is someone who owns businesses that create value and generate cash flow day in, day out without them having to show up. That's a true investor. At this level, you can now begin to have multiple businesses that all can truly work without you having been there at all. You can have multiple independent teams. You are no longer involved in the details of each business. Instead, you focus on key indicators, key financials, on agreements, and expanding access to big resources and key people. You also hold monthly meetings with your investment teams to monitor your entire portfolio. You have your own personal financial advisors and lawyers that are independent of your businesses. You mentor and coach your leadership ring and set the big strategy with their help. You don't need to be in the trenches with them doing the actual day-to-day work inside the businesses anymore. You surround yourself with people who are a lot better than you at their fields, and you empower them to be their best for you. You are now delegating massive outcomes and delegating success. You trust that your leaders will find a way to achieve the outcomes you set and make key decisions themselves autonomously. You practice transformational leadership and focus on growing your leadership teams and helping them excel. You have cultivated the ability and authority to attract high-performing leaders for your teams, businesses, and assets, and you're able to own multiple businesses and assets that are all managed well and without you. This is also the level where you start societal and global flow mastery. If you're at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Keep investing massively in communication systems, reporting systems, investment management, and leadership development. Number 2, because your teams are now really running the whole show for you, you must let them guide you even further as to how and where you need to be to help them achieve the best outcomes, and so that you're in sync with the rhythm and flow of your entire organization. As always, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 8. The Trust Holder.
Only about 1.5 million entrepreneurs are at this level globally. Their businesses generate revenues between $30 million and $100 million. Here, you begin to be able to move millions of people and millions or even billions of dollars worth of resources simply with your word, because people trust you and your track record. People fight for the chance to invest with you, to work with you, to relate to you, to partner with you, to buy from you. You begin to have ever-increasing trust from your market and its participants and gatekeepers and so on. Trust becomes an even bigger asset to you than money, and it can create money literally out of thin air with just your word and your presence. At some point, you might find that you need to help your customers and your suppliers, help your tribe to grow with you if they start to become the limiting factor. If you are at this level, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. Number 1, you now need to start investing in systems to grow your tribe, to grow your movement. Your business now knows how to scale, but you may need to help your tribe to scale with you, to help your customers and your suppliers to scale with you. Number 2, mergers and acquisitions. Lots of companies do mergers and acquisitions to fill in different gaps or acquire new revenue streams. As always, apply the 4 masteries to release your brakes, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, and to break through any resistance, limiting beliefs, comfort zone traps, and subconscious conditioning.
Level 9. The Game Changer.
Only an estimated 480,000 entrepreneurs are at this level globally. About 2,600 of these are billionaires. Revenues range from between $100 million to billions of dollars. At this level, you literally are part of the few who make up the rules and the structures for the rest of society to live by. Through the products and services that you create, the businesses you own, and the influence that you have. And if you happen to be a billionaire, you are in a class of your own. Billionaires are usually the tiny fraction of the population that will not tolerate most of the crap that you and I will tolerate, and who will easily withstand a lot of the pressure you and I are unable to withstand, and that is why their lives sometimes look so alien to the rest of the people. That's not to say that they are better than anyone. No human is better than any other human. A human is a human. But their nervous system, their mind, their emotional system has undergone a level of conditioning and transformation that yours probably hasn't. And it probably won't until you get there yourself. And you probably can't get there yourself if it's in your life's path and you're open and willing to unleash that inner being rather than hold it back. We become through experience. Most of us will never know what we truly are capable of because we hold ourselves back and we tolerate a lot of unnecessary bullshit. For example, when you look at the poorest countries in the world, you realize that these countries are actually very rich in natural and human resources. However, they tolerate a lot of unnecessary tyranny and oppression from within themselves, from within their own person, within their own countries, and also from external manipulative forces, and so they hold themselves back. This truth holds at every level, from personal to corporate to societal to global. Right now, as a planet, we are tolerating a lot of shit and allowing our home planet to be destroyed through sheer stupidity and greed, and we will end up paying for it unless we rise up and set new standards ourselves, personally. It starts with you and I, personally. Now, the challenges at this level, level 9, include public scrutiny. Critics begin to focus on you once you become a big visible target. And as you gain raving fans who see you as a savior, you also gain people who will see you as the enemy or even as a devil. You are no longer at risk of losing your money, but you may be at risk of losing your life, depending on how big and how powerful you get. Hence the need for bodyguards. You simply learn to be at peace with these extreme highs and lows. Also, you become so far removed from people who work for you, so many layers away, and the decisions that they make for you, that isolation and loss of passion might be experienced. You can heal isolation and loss of passion by connecting with your community and using the trust, the networks, and the skills that you have built to give back and to do things for society and for others. Here, you can really have a massive positive impact on a societal scale should you choose to. If you look at Bill Gates, for example, he is using his retirement from Microsoft to do some superhuman things, such as eliminating malaria, poverty, and malnutrition, setting better government public policies, replacing fossil fuel energy with safe next generation nuclear energy, and even ensuring people without toilets get one even if they don't have plumbing and even if they live in slums. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the entrepreneur's journey.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you wish to get more of the same, if you wish to go deeper into these ideas and practical solutions, we have something free for you. You can download your free Illustrated Entrepreneurs PDF booklet. You can also watch the free 3-part Entrepreneurs video course. Click on the link in the video description below. Thank you and enjoy.